What's going on? Salute to the chat. What's going on, Sim? Welcome
Yes,
back.
man. Salute. Peace,
Thanks
man.
for bruises. Yeah, I'm here to talk about Kai Soto again. You know,
I
when
saw
I
it.
first when I first heard about him, I thought he was like a sleeper, someone under the radar, somebody that maybe we could snatch up and not really have any competition. But it seems like his stock is going up. Um, I don't know when you heard about him, Sim.
I mean,
But
I heard
I
about
was
him.
super intrigued.
Yeah, I heard about him, but I hadn't really watched a lot of video on him. Uh, maybe yesterday I watched a little bit today. So there hasn't been a whole lot of I haven't watched him a whole lot, to know everything about him. So I really only know about him from clips that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? Um, So I don't know. I don't know. I know, he's real popular right now because he's Philippine. You know what I mean? So obviously the Philippine nation is getting behind him. They want to have a Philippine born player in the league. You know what I mean? That'd be big for their country. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I mean, if you go on YouTube, anything that has his name, got crazy views, right? Because he's popular. You know what I mean? That's why, I don't. I just want to be able to look at him, really watch his game, and see exactly how he plays. From what I've seen so far, right? He looks like, and I'm not saying he's going to be the same player, but he looks like KP before KP was drafted. Except I don't see like KP
Fluent.
when
He's
KP was drafted. Like KP could come off screens, catch the ball, and shoot. I seen some of those things. I was like, oh man, like he's 7'3" or whatever he was, or whatever he is, come off screens and this and that and this and that. I don't see that from this guy right now. You know what I mean? It looks like he's got a decent shot. Can handle the ball a little bit. He's fluent. But I still think I think he's gonna need I think he's gonna need some time to develop and grow. You know what I
I
mean?
I I agree. Um, but I like him. I like him, and I take a chance on him. The only problem is I don't think he's gonna fall to 42. I
Okay.
don't
Now,
think he's gonna fall to 42.
yeah, I would definitely take a chance at 42. You know what I mean? I wouldn't take a chance at 11.
Oh no
I
no.
think that'd be way too high.
Nothing like that. But if I had a second first round pick, I'd snatch him up because I wouldn't be surprised if he gets picked up late in the first. Especially from a contending team that
Mhm.
can they have the patience to wait on him.
Right,
You know what I mean? Like
right.
similar to what Denver has done, and Denver did it with a higher draft pick with
Right.
with Porter. So and again, I'm just making a comparison of having the time to wait. Um, if we had that scenario, right, and and we could move back and pick up a second first round pick, would you pick him later on in the first?
If you mean us trading back from the 11th pick,
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. Somehow,
no.
some way, I want an impact player, and I just think he's gonna be a project. You know what I mean? So I want an impact player either through drafting one at that 11th spot, or better if we can trade up, or if we can trade back, a little bit and bring in an impact player, or by using it in a trade, to bring in an established player that's already in the league. I just think he's going to be a project and need a couple of years. You know what I mean? To play. I know he's in NBL. And that's a pro league, but look, yeah, I'd like to see what he could do in the G League. Against that physicality, that speed, strength. Um, so I'd like to see him get some time to develop. You know what I mean? And I think taking him in the first round, even if we traded back, for me, I feel like we wasn't getting an impact player right now.
Mm,
I mean, now,
I don't know.
if
I,
I could find a way to trade up to 42nd,
okay,
I would do that, right? If I could, you know, couple some of those second round draft picks we got next season and trade with someone to move up, if because I think he's probably going to be a second round guy still.
you do.
Maybe he's high 30s. At least right now, I do. You know what I mean?
I mean, I've been hearing. Oh, let's check out some of these slides and see what
All right,
some
all
of
right,
the recent news on them.
all right.
Originally I thought he was a sleeper. 20 years old. 7'4". I want to say. I think they said his standing reach was like 9 feet,
Mm,
which is the height of the rim. So that's incredible. He's I've seen different video of him where he's been slender and he's been you know he's gained some weight as well. 20 years old, so hasn't filled out yet. What else we got? Let's see what's his agent. He said he received guarantees from at least one team. He's done 13 workouts, so that's pretty heavy out there. So I think there's a lot of competition for him. The Lakers are intrigued. I could see that being a good fit, just because it won't be any immediate pressure to
right,
deliver. That he'll have some time to grow.
right.
Orlando's intrigued. And the Knicks have worked him out as well. See his little picture when he was in his workout in Orlando.
Hmm.
He's out there. He's out there. I'm wondering who the guarantee is from. Now, to your point and your credit, I think if it was a first round guarantee, it would have been labeled as a first round guarantee.
Yeah,
So
I think it would have been. I agree there, and I think also if it's a first round guarantee, he might not be working out for that many more teams.
true.
If he knows this team is guaranteed that they're going to take me with their first round pick, you know, um, I
Is
mean, he's
is
already
that
worked
is
out for
that
13. I don't know.
is that out of loyalty to that team and believing what the team is saying? Because let's say it's somebody with the 28th pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
If that's the case, you might still want to do the workouts to get picked maybe 20th or
I mean,
20, you know what I mean, or 25th.
right.
So
I think that I mean, maybe he would continue to work out. I mean, he's already worked out for half the league almost. I mean, almost half the league, and the other half. I mean, eh, I think at some point, just like you have players that don't play in the combine, right? Because they don't want to end up hurting their draft stock. By working in the by playing in the combine because they feel like, I'm already a top 10 pick. So, if I go and I play in the combine, what I mean, I might have a bad game. I may not shoot well. There may be a guy that really comes after me and plays me hard and makes me look bad. So you get a lot of players that don't play in the combine. I think, if he felt like he had a first round guarantee,
mhm.
you know what I mean? He might be like, all right, you know what? This team is going to draft me. I don't know if if I go work out for this team and I don't have a good workout and then it gets out that I don't have a good workout, something like that. You know what I mean? It could be a little scary. It's a game that they play. And then like you said though, he could be like, "Hey, I want to make sure that I want to work out for as many teams as possible to try to, get as high as possible in the draft." But I think you're right. I think it would have been said that it was a first
A
round.
first,
A
yeah.
first, you know what I'm saying?
I mean
So
that gives me hope. And to your credit, it probably would be easier at the very least to move up in the second or acquire another second. Um, but I don't think I definitely don't think he makes it to 42. I think 30. I think early 30s at the latest
well,
for him.
what teams have okay, so you mentioned Orlando, right?
They're
Orlando's got
31,
they got a 30 32.
32.
Indiana's 31, Orlando's 32. Who else did he work out for?
The Lakers and the Knicks are the only teams that I've like had confirmation,
Right, right. I mean, you
but
have
but
the other
according to his agent, 13 teams. So
there's 13 teams, so you probably figure everyone that's in that 31 to 42 range or even lower probably worked out with him. I mean, Orlando's definitely in there. Orlando also has, you know, well, they got the number one pick. You know what I mean? I don't know if it would be them if they
yeah,
if they get Chet, if they get Holmgren. I don't know why they would bring in Soto, right?
yeah. I don't know. I don't. Are they sold on Chet?
Now I don't know. I'm just saying if they did draft him, I don't know that they would then draft Soto if they draft Chet.
Yeah. I think I have him getting Banchero in my imaginary my draft. Um, and in that
Because
case, I think it would make more sense, grabbing Soto later.
the
Um,
thing is, Orlando could move on from Obama. You know what I mean? And have and bring in Chet. I could see that happening. They've had Obama for a while, and he's gotten better recently, but I don't think he's made the impact that they hoped that he would make.
yeah. Let me see what other sides we got. All right, so he played with Jonathan Kaminga and Jalen Green in the G League prior to last year, being
Mhm.
that this is their rookie year. Um, he said he was not invited to the combine this year, but rumors is, excuse me, it was an effort to hide him from teams who weren't aware of him.
I don't understand.
What do you think of that?
I don't understand that. Uh, why would his agent want to hide him from teams that were not aware of him?
Well,
Unless they're trying to
no,
push him.
no, not his agent, because I don't think the agent is in control of the invites. I think they're saying who's in control of the invites to the
Right.
combine.
His
I
agent.
would think that
Well, okay, his agent isn't
I would
invited. So okay, it wouldn't be his agent. You're right.
I
Um,
would think it's the team somehow.
it would
So
be. I mean, I think it's the NBA. I don't think it's the teams. I think it's the NBA. So I don't understand. I don't get it.
eh, eh,
Like who
I,
would
sh- I,
be
sh- I should
like
have quoted my sources, but
yeah,
I'll show you the article.
yeah, but
Um,
who would be trying to hide them from teams that haven't been aware? I don't know. That's
I mean, it I don't know if teams are in control of it. Then I think it makes sense. If if uh if the teams are voting players in and you feel like not too many teams know about them, you may not want to expose them to the masses if you're a particular team. But again, I'm not aware of who controls the invites of the Cowboy. But it's something I read. I threw it in there. um, but how about this one? Small sample size, 13 for 23 from the 3-point line. Obviously over 50%.
mhm.
So the kid has a good stroke. Um, he credits watching tapes of Hakeem Olajuwon and mocking his footwork after him. Um, what I have noticed in comparison with him and KP, I think he seems to be a lot more fluent than KP. I can honestly say ever was. You know what I mean? Being that he came in younger, KP did, but we had him three years or so. and I think even the whole time with the Knicks, he's never was that as fluent as this young guy. Um, Obviously the 7 points, 7.5 points is low, 4 rebounds, but I wonder if he could just really just turn it around here. What do you think of his shooting and his footwork?
I haven't seen, I've seen a little bit of his, footwork and not really in game situations, but in workouts. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, but it seems like he's got decent footwork. Um, as far as shooting, he has good form, great form. You know what I mean? So I think he'll, I think his shooting numbers are good. The thing that we haven't seen is, when you're playing in like the NBA, the pressures are just a little bit different, when it comes to shooting the basketball, so, we'd have to see, but I'll just base it on his form. I mean, I think he's got good form, so I think he could be a good shooter, and he looks like he has a pretty good touch as well. His follow through seems strong. Um, you know what I mean? So I think, based on those things, he has the ability to be a good shooter.
And a trend that I've noticed in the past couple of years is a lot of the rookies that played in the NBL, whatever numbers they were in the NBL,
Hmm.
a lot of these rookies tend to have better numbers in their rookie year in the NBA. Um, and it's, I guess, encouraging and intriguing at the same time because it seems to be a trend. So I'm interested to see, with this gentleman and Dyson Daniels, how it translates directly into the NBA game.
Hmm.
And I think I got one more, right?
Let's see what we got. No, that's it. I think that's
Oh,
it.
that's it. All right.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
just
So I mean,
a quick synopsis.
yeah, I think he's a guy that's going to. I just think he's a guy that's going to need some time, and whoever drafts him should be prepared, for him to be a project. You know what I mean, and give him a year or two to get stronger. He's definitely, I think, going to need to get stronger, right? Um, get used to the speed of. I'm not going to say the NBA game because he'll probably be in the G leagues, but get used to that speed first. You know what I mean? And then see what he can do in the NBA. And if he's a second round pick, he could end up being a two-way player somewhere. You know what I mean? So if he's a two-way player, he may get a chance to practice with the big boys as well as playing the G League. You know, he'll get a chance to go to summer league as well. And I think whatever team drafts him will probably make their determination based on his summer league performance. You know what I'm saying? If he can perform well in the summer league, maybe he has a chance to just be on the big team and play. If they look at him in the summer league and say, yeah, maybe he's not strong enough, this or that, then he'll maybe be like a two-way and go back and forth, between the G League and the NBA or something like that. It would have been nice for him to, instead of declaring for the draft, maybe try to get on the G League Ignite team,
Mm.
right? And then maybe next year,
Well, I
you know,
mean, he had the stint
draft.
last year with them for whatever reason.
He did. That's right. That's right. That's right.
He felt more comfortable um going to the NBL.
Yeah. See that right there worries me a little bit because I forgot. And it's on the screen right here that he played with the G League Ignite. That worries me a little bit. It
The only reason it doesn't because I didn't put it in there, but part of it had to do with the COVID and the restrictions. So you know what I mean. It was, he felt he wasn't comfortable in that environment. You know what I mean. I want to say that might have even been a bubble situation.
Let me see.
Um,
Kai Soto will not return to the G League Ignite this season due to prior international obligations with the
hmm,
Philippine national team. Hmm.
huh?
Okay.
Well, that's another story.
I
But
mean, I wonder how he was doing. That's what I want to know. Because he was the first international player to sign a contract with the G League.
it's a milestone in itself. But yeah, I'm rooting for the kid either way. I hope we have a way. I hope we figure out a way to kind of put him in our stable of young developing talent. I know the whole Philippine nation is behind him.
Hmm.
And they ready to ride for him. So yeah, it'd be nice to have that support on the Knicks too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
But
No,
yeah, shout out to that kid for real. Rooting for him. Some
I really want to get into, I'm going to take some time and really get into, just scouting him a little bit deeper because I haven't really had a chance to look at him and try to break him down. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna get a chance to look at him and really see what his game is like. I've only seen clips. You know what I mean? And it's hard for me to go from clips. So I'm gonna try to find some full games and watch what he's able to do in full games. You know, uh, uh, things I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for strength. Obviously, I see his size right now, so I'll be looking for strength. I'll be trying to look at his footwork. I'll be looking to see what his post up game looks like. Can he go off the dribble? I know I've seen in some workouts that he was, able to put the ball on the floor, one dribble, two dribble, pull ups. Uh, I want to see him do that in game situations too. You know what I mean?
I
I
tell
wanna
you what, Sam, when you find it, let's do a little private watch party.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
we can do
We
that.
can analyze it,
We can do that. You know what I mean? I
maybe
want to see,
revisit it.
what his lower body strength looks like. Being that tall. Uh, the same kind of concerns that Phil Jackson had about KP and his core not being strong enough, to
Hmm.
support his body. I'd have the same kind of concerns with him, just looking at his size. You know what I mean? And can he, like when you looked at KP, little guys like Marcus Smart, people like that could prevent him from moving sometimes because he didn't have a strong lower body. You know what I mean? Like, his legs weren't strong. So I'd want to look and see, is he going to have the same issue? Is he going to fill out a little
I'll
bit
say
more?
this though.
Type of
I'm
things.
encouraged with this kid. I think he might be better suited playing the small forward, and I think his game is more suited. Like KP, that wasn't an option. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't mobile enough or fluid in his mobility enough. He moved good for a guy his size, but this guy, he kind of has guard and wing movements. So I think that might help him in that aspect. You know what I mean? Where he'll be on the perimeter more. So those small guys, they won't be as effective because he won't be like the problem KP was having was in the post with little guys. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like I think this guy will be a little bit more on the perimeter, be more of a shot fake drive guy than a post up guy immediately until he gets that
Right. So
strength.
there's that strength. Right. Right. But even out on the perimeter, I feel like because even if KP was out on the perimeter, right? Um, I feel like you could take a small guy on him and really kind of negate his game. You know what I mean? Because you know a big guy who's not strong, right? I feel like you can take a small guy. If that guy stays out on the perimeter, he's not strong. You can take a small guy, put him on that big guy, and have that small guy stay attached to him, right? So now that guy can't get into a shooting motion because you know what I'm saying that little guy is right there on him, so he can't get into a shooting motion. He's not strong enough to back him down. You know what I mean? And if he does try to back him down, a small guy can keep him so far out away from the basket that back down is kind of useless. And then he can't put the ball on the floor because the small guy is there. You know what I mean? Those are some things that just looking at him, I don't. This is just looking at him off of a couple of glances of his workouts and things like that, and his size. You know, those are some things that I would be concerned about if he just stayed a perimeter guy. That you'd be able to basically negate his game by taking someone small and putting on him because he doesn't have a post up game and he doesn't have the strength to move one of those guys around. You know what I mean? But again, I need to really look at him and see him play because I haven't. You know, I'm just going by some of the things that I've seen on workouts. You know, a couple of highlights there and there. I do think he can pass from the perimeter in some of the things that I saw. You know what I mean? And that's something that can obviously help out tremendously, right? Catch the ball from the, you know, at the elbow and be able to pass it to guys cutting back door,
And
um,
see over everybody.
be over everybody. If he's able to, and then he can knock down a mid range shot. So then, you know, that also causes a problem. You know what I mean? From that high post. So that's an area right there that he could probably, um, use to his advantage. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna do more, more in depth scouting on him though.
No, for sure. I definitely appreciate you joining me for this little short one. Quick hits with Sim, and I got another one planned soon. Any last words, Sim?
The only last words, man. I see him looking in the chat, and I'm gonna call people out. Canal Man Lawyer, Drip Moore. Let me see who else. D Coolicious, Jay Boogie, closer in the building. Teddy, Keith Turner, Icy Bali. Um, I need all of y'all to go buy some draft tickets, ladies and gentlemen. We want to see y'all at the NBA draft party, not draft tickets, but tickets for the draft party. We want to see you guys there. So, go get those tickets so we can see y'all there. We can break down players before the
That's
draft
right.
even starts. Talk about rumors, this, that, and the third. You be able to witness these basketball games. It's going to be dope. So we need to see y'all there. Deep Public Enemies too. We want to see you at the draft party too. You know what I'm saying? So
And
that's
let's not let's not
to the
let's not
draft
forget we're shooting a video for the
shoot
intro,
for
the
the
MVK
intro.
intro.
Word.
You know what I mean? And we got stuff planned the next day too.
Playing the next day. I'm about to break Big Bubba down. You know what I'm
The
saying?
rematch.
I'm ready. I'm about to break him down. I'm ready, man. I'm been out
Still
riding the bike at the court. I'm always at the court anyway, always in the gym anyway, but I'm ready.
still haven't found my opponent yet either. So, you guys let me know in the chat who you want to see me go up against. Is it gonna be Uncle Fulio, the controversy? Is it gonna be Ron from Still Knicks fans? Um, and if all else fails, I will accept the Queen's challenge for the free throw shooting contest.
Okay. All right. And my man Keith Turner said, I'm really thinking about going to the draft party if I can get the time off. Obviously, yeah, make sure everything's cool with your job first. I want everybody to be working. We need everybody working, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Taking care of your family and all of that. But if you can get there, Keith, we'd love to have you. Hopefully you can get there. We definitely look forward to you coming.
That's a fact. But yeah. Salute to the chat. Appreciate you guys. There's no show without you guys. Sim as always, the Power Father. Appreciate you. Biggest influence on the culture right now. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it.
And
Appreciate it.
your blackest time. See ya next time.
Peace.